match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joe, the Juggernaut, Joyce. Get this. He responds to Anthony Joshua's comment about 1 round, and this is what he had to say. He said, Joe Joyce to Joshua, you're a glass cannon. Quit the act. You were given everything. Wow. The tension is heating up between British heavyweights Anthony Joshua and Joe Joyce. The two large heavyweights are very familiar with each other, with the two boxers knowing each other from the amateur days as members of Team GB, Great Britain. Joshua captured a golden medal in 2012 Olympic Games, while Joyce picked up a silver medal at the 2016 Olympic Games. In recent interview, promoter Frank Warren, who guides the career of Joyce, suggested the idea of having his boxer collide in the ring with Joshua. Last September, Joshua was outboxed 12 rounds by Alexander Usyk that walked away with his titles. He exercised a rematch clause, but Usyk returned home to his country, and of course, we know what's going on over there with Russia. So in order to stay busy, Joshua will eventually have to take an interim fight. Joshua reacted to the suggestion of facing Joyce, advising everyone on social media that he would end Joyce's unbeaten run in 1 round. Ooh. I boxed Joe and stopped him in 1 round, said Joshua. I do the same thing today. Ain't nothing changed. It took nearly a week. But Joyce responds, took to social media to fire back. He said, and Anthony Joshua, you are having a meltdown. Where's all your belts? All those sponsorships and endorsements helping? You're a glass cannon. Quit the act. You were given everything, Joyce said. It didn't take long before Joshua fired back. He said, I'll tell you what he said in another video. In the last fight back in 2021, Joyce overcame some resistance by securing a stoppage over Carlos Takam in 6th round. Let me counterpunch. I figured this would happen because it was rather disrespectful of Joshua to do what he did. And that's not really like Joshua, though, in my opinion. I remember the last interview that I seen Joshua in with Michelle Joy Phelps. And he was like, I thought this. When I heard him talk, he was like, well, I don't give a fuck. I'll fight anybody. I don't care. This is a fucking fight. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, has Joshua been drinking? Because it seems like he was on the sauce a bit. You know what I mean? When he had the wedding band and all that, and he was false and that. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this ain't like the Joshua that I remember. But then again, you're looking at a guy that was training for a fight, then a war breaks out, then the guy that he's training for, doesn't seem to be training or whatever. So it's kind of hard to really know what's going on, and it's kind of hard to stay focused. I get it. Then again, he was out having a good time or whatever. I don't know what, and like a lot of people don't know what Joshua does behind closed doors. But if I were to take a wild guess, I would say he was on the sauce. He was on the yak, and him saying that I would do that to Joe Joyce, and we seen sparring and then we saw what he did in the amateurs, which, yeah, he was hitting Joyce a little bit too much. But if you closely look at that clip, Joe Joyce wasn't going down. He was taking those shots, just like he did against Dubois, just like he did against Deverne, just like he did with everybody he's been in the ring with. Usyk is one of them also. Usyk was a smaller guy, but Usyk was still teeing off on him. You know what I mean? The cat he was, getting in and getting off, where Joyce kept doing what? Kept moving forward. So, thing about Joe Joyce, though, his durability, that chin that he has, is very dangerous. You know, I'm looking something up real quick. All right. Let's see. So I don't know. Is Anthony Joshua having a meltdown? I don't know. I think he handles things differently. I think the losses that he took, I think it affects him in different ways, and I think that Joshua saying that, hey, I will stop Joe Joyce in one round. I think it depends on the referee, because he was taking the shots in the amateurs, and I think he's able to take certain shots from Joshua, because Daniel Dubois is a hard-hitting guy too, and look what Joyce did to him. Over time, he broke him down. He definitely showed him like, yo, this is what it is. This is how it goes, and I'm going to take your shots, but can you take mine? So basically, all this here is building up to a fight. Okay. And I'm glad Joe Joyce responded, because it helps him build the potential fight between himself and Anthony Joshua. They fought in the amateurs just like Anthony Joshua and Dillian White did. Dillian White beat Anthony Joshua, if you guys didn't know. Countless sparring rounds, which Joyce said that, hey, we gave each other the business, which it was pretty equal. The guarantee that Anthony Joshua could stop him in one round. Okay, so that's something that if you say, you must back up, or that's the important thing to do, is to back it up. So there's a lot of incentive for a fight to take place with Joe Joyce. Is it the best fight for Anthony Joshua? No, because the guy that he ultimately will face, hopefully, again, will be Alexander Usyk. Someone like Otto Wallin would be better, but Joe Joyce is an unbeaten fighter. He is moving up in the ranks. He is #1 with the WBO. So he is a guy that he could face, or would face anyway, if he got the belts back. So, hey, fight now. Why not later? Why? The opportunity is open. That's what I say. And I didn't really see any bad blood. And that's another thing. I didn't see bad blood enough for Joshua to say what he said about Joe Joyce. I mean, who does Joe Joyce mess with? Joe Joyce doesn't mess with anybody. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, Joshua took a stab at him. For what reason? Maybe he's trying to poke the bear. Maybe he's trying to get that fight with Joe Joyce. Like he does have something to prove or whatever. So you guys tell me what you think of Joe Joyce's response to Anthony Joshua saying that he would stop him in one round. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.